Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Carnage. All right, let me pin you, mate. All right, everyone. We've got Andrew with us now. Salts, can you just speak just to make sure that we've got you on mute at the moment by the looks of things. So can you just make sure that it's...
Is that better?
That's perfect. Excellent. Okay, we'll crack on from here. Who wants to lead us off?
I'll go first. Salts, it's Alex here.
Hey,
how you doing? Well played. A brilliant result. What are your sort of emotions at the moment? It's fantastic for you and the team.
Yeah, just emotions, mate. I don't think I can rationalise them individually. It's just a whole mix of emotion. Delighted, really. It's just a unbelievable day, really, and just a bit overwhelmed. But yeah, all in all, just really excited about what the boys have done, and I suppose the times to come. Earlier, I made a special mention to Kieran on his captain's innings, and just the way he's led the boys has been, with maturity, and it's been really top draw. So yeah, exciting times for the club that a young player like Kieran has taken the reins and actually backed it up with a big innings today as well.
And on on a big performance in a final, you must have been really pleased with how the team went. It was a good innings, batting first, and you bowled well as well. Yeah,
it was a good game. We were talking that 300 was par. So when I went into bat, that was very much the message. I don't think we wanted anything less, really. So we potentially took a little bit of risk trying to get to that 300, and Hogues and Lucas got us close enough. So we were able to bowl at that. With that said, we have to take our chances and try and get a little bit of rub of the green. And sometimes that's just how the ball reacts with the wicket. Some days they chain a little bit and clip top of off. Other days they slide on. So it was just one of those days where, it was nice it fell into place. Nice to pick up those early wickets, and we were able to get that. I say squeeze, but we were able to tighten things up early on, and the pressure built. So then when we took our chances later on in the innings, it was all just a little bit too much for them to chase down.
And just last question for me, it's been a long time since Glamorgan have lifted a trophy, but there's a lot of young players in this team. Do you think this could be the start of something for you guys? Like you say, with someone like Kieran, who's a really talented young player.
I hope so. I really hope so. And the key thing for this comp really was, there wasn't that expectation. We weren't playing with that massive pressure of being the front runners. We were the underdogs. We lost a lot of our key players to the 100. So I suppose that gave us a little bit of freedom to play and to see what we can do. And if there's one thing to take from the comp, it's probably that, not to pile on the pressure, the expectation, but just to trust the boys, trust the process, trust their ability, and fingers crossed this isn't going to be the last trophy for a while.
Well done. Enjoy your night. I'll let someone else go next.
Cheers, Alex. Cheers, mate.
Emma, we'll go to you, and then Charlie after that.
Hi, Andy. Just wondering what Kieran said to you in terms of tactics when you came out to bowl, and whether he told you to get through your overs a nice lick to keep the batsman feeling under pressure.
It was a little bit broken. Was the question just around sort of bowling tactics and how I wanted to go about it?
Oh yeah, it was. What were Kieran's message to you about bowling tactics in general, and also did he tell you to bowl your overs as fast as possible to put some extra pressure on the batters?
No, to be fair, myself and Kieran have got quite a decent relationship where we don't actually talk to each other too much. Out in the middle, he gives me the trust and responsibility to set my field, to go about my business how I want to. I might give him the odd nod and just a bit of confirmation as such, but no, I think whittling through my overs was probably just a bit of excitement and nerves on a big day, and you can tend to go through them pretty quickly. But yeah, with picking up that early wicket, as a spinner, you want to jump on that and try and bowl as many as the next batsman, build some pressure, and if there happens to be another wicket or two, you just really want to get through your overs, build some pressure, see if you can force another error. So no, there's nothing. There's no magic formula there. It's me with a bit of nerves, bit of excitement on a big day, and yeah, with the boys taking their chances, it all just went to plan, really.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Charlie?
Hi, Andy. Just on a similar theme to that question, I suppose. Did you have any special plans for Graham or Alex in this innings? I mean, obviously you got the scored about 1,100 runs in this competition. There were the two informed players, and you know, you probably would have looked to get these two as early as possible.
I definitely knew, and we did, you know, know that they were coming to today with good form and good stats behind them. I'm not a massive guy for spending too much time in statistics and looking at players, just because of we just know, I think we all know how our cricket game can differ from day to day. I've played against both of those guys a bit. As you said, Lees is a powerful player, and so is Karki. And I suppose I just knew I had to be on the top of my game. I couldn't give them anything loose for them to pick up their momentum. So you know, there was no magic plan. I always get a bit excited when a lefty comes to the crease, and I was just happy with that one today, straight in nicely to Lees. And as you said, it was just one of those days with the ball gripped and got me into my spell. But yeah, nothing changes. It's pretty basic. I'm trying to build some pressure, build some dots, and hope that when they take that risk to hit out, I've got the fielder in the right place and I've bowled the right delivery. So nothing too special, apart from trying to build pressure as a spinner, try and build some dot balls, make it feel like they need to take that risk. And today it worked out, and other days it ends up 12 rows back.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Just one from me.
Go for it, John.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, where does that rate in terms of your own sort of personal best performances? Obviously, I mean, those, you got important runs with the bat at the bottom of the order to help you get to that total, and then 3 very big wickets, probably the key wickets of the innings. Where does that rate in your own personal big days out? Yeah,
I think when I probably take a step back and look back on today, it could be tomorrow, it could be the day after. I think it'll be a little bit clearer. You know, when it happens on the day like this, and I'm reflecting just after the day, it's hard to sort of you know, make sense of it all. But in terms of where does it rate, it's right up there. It has to be. It's probably my biggest performance in my career. Quite naturally, there was a lot of talk around Lords in 2013. I think I was 21 or 20, 21. And that day just absolutely flew by. You know, the excitement, the nerves. You know, I was just trying to land the ball straight and hope it didn't bounce twice to the batsman. So it's nice to sort of revisit that day, you know, a final today with a little bit more experience, a little bit, I wouldn't say maturity, but there's definitely experience there. And to help the boys out is top draw. To make a contribution to a team win is special, because you don't just celebrate it yourself. You celebrate it with boys you spent a lot of time with, some years, some long winters. So now their special day is really special, and I'm looking forward to enjoying it as soon as possible.
Thank you. That's great.
Last couple, John. Go for it.
Hi, Andrew. Congratulations on the win. Obviously, you get the sort of the plaudits for the man of the match, etc. But how disciplined was the bowling unit in general? I think you conceded only 5 extras in total. Yeah,
throughout, personally speaking, I missed out on some of the first couple of games. I was itching to try and get in the squad, and be it a tactical, selectable decision, I wasn't playing. So when I came into the squad, I suppose closer to halfway through the comp, I really wanted to make an impression and understand what my role was. Where I'm leading with this is the fact that Hogan and Lucas, opening the bowling, have been very good throughout the competition. Hogan, special mention. They say he's a wizard, he's a guru. He is. He's unbelievable. To be able to perform like that day in, day out is something special. We're extremely lucky to have him as a person, as a cricketer. So yeah, when they lead the charge, up top throughout this comp, they've taken early wickets. That didn't happen today, but they're bowling tight. The pressure's on. You can tell that they're creating some problems for the batsman. So my role then as a spinner to come on is to not leak that pressure, to keep the pressure on. And if I can pick up a wicket or two because the batsmen see me as a chance to up the run rate, then I sometimes say thanks to them at the end of the day for doing such a good job. But yeah, that's pretty much my role clarity.
A lot has been made of the past in terms of Glamorgan not winning in finals. How special is it to actually reverse that and to create your own sort of history in terms of what you've achieved today?
Yeah, it's special. I probably don't realise how special today is. It's quite easy to get in your own little bubble in your own box, and I just think about what I'm doing today and my performance is how I can help out. The holistic view of how big it is for the club is something that will become a little bit apparent over the days to come. But no, it's huge. As I said, we had a tough day out in 2013 where we lost to Notts because we were actually going quite well in that, and Samit Patel spun a web and made it tricky for us to knock off the run. So to come today with a young, unexperienced team with some of our big stars missing, and then to beat such a strong team with them bringing in some of their stars as well, just makes it that all that much sweeter. As it was a proper day out, proper performance from the boys, and yeah, we'll try and take today.
Contingent in the stadium, and in particular at the end there where you showed off the cup in front of them. Yeah,
it's huge. There's a couple of lads had pockets of supporters today, and they seem to have congregated together. That is a small sample of Welsh support. We saw in 2013 we were the crowds were singing to us then. This is on a sort of a similar scale with the support. We are the Welsh county. We're the only we're 1 out of 18 in that aspect, and it is something special when we have success. There is support there for us, and we want to do the supporters proud. And yeah, there was great support today, and we're very, very pleased to give them something to cheer about, sing about, drink about, whatever they want to do.
Andrew, enjoy the night.
Perfect. We'll leave it there, fellas.
Yeah, I was going to say,
done.
we got to Salt celebrate the win now.
Thanks. Before everyone else clears off, we'll go straight to Sean. But Salts and Lewis, thank you very much, and well done.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'll just pin you, Sean. Now you're just on mute at the moment, mate. Thanks for your patience with that.
No, that's fine.
Charlie, did you want to lead us off with the questions?
Yeah, can do, Matt. Cheers. Sean, commiserations. I mean, is there any consolation that I suppose you did all you can there out there?
Yeah, well, just required a couple more partnerships and may have seen us over the line those last 5 overs.
Mm-hmm. Did you always keep the belief there? Did you always have the belief that you could win as long as you were out there?
I think just as a professional cricketer, you always believe in yourself. You always believe that you can win the game. I like to think that with me at the wicket there, I thought we definitely had a chance. No matter what, this campaign's been really good for Durham. We've played outstanding cricket and we've won in these circumstances. So there was no element of doubt. But just unfortunately didn't fall our way, and we just lost wickets at crucial times.
Yeah, I know it must still be a bit raw on that, but I mean, can you put your finger on what might have been like the big moment, the turning moment of the game?
I think when it comes to finals cricket, there's always a big element of pressure, and I mean, a lot of players make their own pressure, and unfortunately, like I said, it just didn't fall our way. If I had to pinpoint one moment, it's probably losing 2 or 3 quick wickets there up front. But we've had an outstanding competition. players, like your Leeses and your Clarkies, and even Bettis, to that degree, he's had an outstanding competition, and that's the way they've played, and that's the way we've played, and unfortunately just didn't fall our way today.
I was going to say, there must still be a bit of pride there about reaching the final, given the last few years at Durham hasn't obviously been the best of times recently there, but the club seem to be on the up with how they've done in the championship this year, and now obviously, reaching the final here.
Yeah, there's always an element of pride, but we played outstanding cricket this competition, and we can only hold our heads high. There's been some outstanding performances throughout, and as a club, we're growing every day, and it's a good squad. It's a squad that's going to take us forward, and there's been some younger players that have really put their hands up throughout, and it's just great things to come, and hopefully we can lift some silverware in the not so near future.
Lovely stuff. All the best for the rest of the season. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
John, did you want to ask a question?
Yeah. I mean, did you feel, Sean, that you maybe sort of leaked a few more runs than you needed to have done when they batted?
Yes and no. Hindsight's always a tricky one. We had them 260 odd, I think, for 9, 270 for 9. So yeah, you can say we leaked it, but in essence, we also bowled reasonably well, and it just showed you how it was a good wicket, quick outfield. Wickets at the end may have actually made the difference. But yes, in hindsight, we may have leaked a bit too many. Would have liked them probably 270. But yeah, we did think they were 15, 20 short anyway. But yeah, finals cricket, you're always going to be under a bit more pressure. And like I said, unfortunately, things just didn't fall our way.
Do you think that was the element that made the difference then? Because you've obviously scored big totals during the season to get to the final. Was it the added bit of pressure that made it more difficult today?
No, I wouldn't say that. Like I said earlier, the guys have backed themselves throughout this competition. We've played really, really good cricket and positive cricket. So I mean, we can't look back and I'm in awe about situations that we should have been better at today, because that's the way cricket is. But all credit to Glamorgan, they just outplayed us today in all aspects, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say.
Yeah, it was always going to be tough for you, wasn't it, after losing the top run scorers, the top 3 run scorers in the competition so early? Yeah,
it always puts you on the back foot, and just puts Glamorgan straight into the driving seat. But we had a good partnership between myself and Bangers, and difference there is Bangers hits that 1 for 6, and we're away again. But as it is, it wasn't really to be, and here we are, not winners, but yeah, not again. We've had a good competition. We're not going to hold our heads down. We're going to hold them high.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, it's been a good year for you, good competition for you this year, isn't it? And it's a sign that the club's moving in the right direction again.
Yeah, definitely. Great signs, and some very good signings, and hopefully it's up from here.
Awesome. Okay, we'll leave it there. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you. No problem.
Thanks all.
Thank you very much. Thank you.